Good morning. Now today I am taking class 12 physics, that is electrostatics. We will start electrostatics. As we have done in previous classes about charge. There are two types of charges, positive charge and negative charge. These all we know. Now we will start directly from Coulomb's law in electrostatics. Coulomb's law in electrostatics. Now before that we have to know about the unit of charge. Unit of charge is Coulomb, denoted by capital C. This is SI unit generally, and there is another unit, that is CGS unit we can say, that is ESU, electrostatic unit. That also we'll use sometimes, but Coulomb is the main one. Now, as we know, the similar charges repel each other, dissimilar charges attract each other. Similar charges repel each other, whereas dissimilar charges attract each other. Now, the first law is saying the similar charges attract each other, whereas similar charges repel each other and dissimilar charges attract each other with a force. Now number 2, the attraction and repulsion force. Attraction or repulsion force is directly proportional to the product of the charges and inversely proportional to the square of their distance. Now say 2-point charges are there, say Q1 and Q2. These two charges are separated by a distance small r. These two charges separated by a distance small r. So then attraction or repulsion force is F directly proportional to Q1 Q2. This is relation 1, Q1 into Q2. And second one is saying that is 1 by r square. Combining these two relations, what will get? F proportional to Q1 into Q2 by r square. Or F is equal to K into Q1 into Q2 by r square. Now here K is a constant of proportionality. Okay, and its value is depending on the unit of force, charges and distance. Okay, the unit of K is depending on the unit of Q1, Q2, R and F. Next, also K is depending on the medium where charges are kept. Okay, if charges are kept in free space or in if Q1 and Q2 are kept in free space or in vacuum, okay, then its value will be something. If charges are kept in any other medium, say it is mica, okay, paraffin paper, etc. If we'll change the medium other than vacuum or free space, then what happened? The value of K will be different. Now, first of all, if it is kept in free space, Q1 and Q2 is kept in free space. So then value of K will be taken 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay. This epsilon naught I am writing in this way, but in your book it is written in this way. Is it? Now, what is epsilon naught? What is epsilon naught? Epsilon naught is the permittivity of the free space. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of the free space or vacuum. Its value generally is equal to epsilon naught equal to 8.85 485 into 10 to the power minus 12 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton per meter square. Coulomb square, Newton to the power minus 1 and meter to the power minus 1. Now we can find the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This will come 1 by 4 into 3.14 into 8.85 485, that is, it will come nearly 8.98755. 8.98755. This will come Newton meter square per Coulomb square, and this will be nearly equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Now, if two charges are kept or placed in a medium like mica, paraffin paper, oil, carbon dioxide, etc., then the value of K will be different. Then value of K will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon. 1 by 4 pi epsilon, where epsilon is the absolute permittivity. Epsilon is the absolute permittivity of the medium. Which medium we are using? Okay. Epsilon is absolute permittivity of the medium. Now we are coming to the point, that is relative permittivity. Permittivity. It is denoted by epsilon r. It is denoted by epsilon r. This is also known as dielectric constant. This epsilon r or relative permittivity is also known as dielectric constant. Also, it is known as inductive capacity. It is also known as a specific inductive capacity. This is dielectric constant, or also known as specific inductive capacity. Now generally we will use this one, relative permittivity, okay, or dielectric constant sometimes. Now we'll find the force between two charges when they are kept in the medium or when they are kept in free space. Now let us consider two charges Q1 and Q2 separated by a distance small r. When these two charges are kept in the medium, so then force between them is Fm. Fm is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon, where epsilon is the absolute permittivity of the medium, which medium we are using. Q1 into Q2 by r square, equation number 1. Now, when these two charges are kept in vacuum or in free space, then say force is Fv. V stands for vacuum. That is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 Q2 by r square. Equation 2. When two charges are kept in vacuum, so then Fv is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 into Q2 by r square. Now we'll divide 2 by 1. This one will come Fv by Fm is equal to how much? This one will come epsilon by epsilon naught only, and other term will cancel. Other term will cancel. Now this is relativity of the medium to the relativity of the vacuum or free space, and this is known as the relative permittivity of the medium. Relative permittivity of the medium, and it is denoted by epsilon r or small k. This k actually we are writing for dielectric constant, epsilon r we are writing for the relative permittivity. Both terms